Well, welcome back. We're here with the flip for this game. Off you go, ladies.
Do you need to speak? Hi.
Just flip.
Flip?
All right.
I'll call.
Yeah, you guys call?
Watch out, you're in the camera.
Okay.
Hi. Oh, that's what I meant. Oh my god.
We will take offense.
Cool.
Alright.
Because they win.
We'll go then.
We'll go that
And
way.
then?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here with Kirsty Lucas and Min Smith, captains of Valkyrie. How have Valkyrie gone so far this tournament?
It's been a pretty good slog. We lost the first couple of games yesterday. Sorry, we lost 1 and 3 yesterday, which were very, very tough games. But we've come out and we've won second game yesterday and first game today. So we're feeling really good for this tournament.
So, Min, what is going to be the aim then for this game?
Oh, jeepers. Just cleaning up some of our plays and our moves, and yeah, just having a good game of frisbee. That's all we ever really want.
All right, good luck for the game, girls.
Thank you.
We'll come to the captains of this branch women's team. Ladies, I hear that you have had a massive upset beating Aurora just before. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was really interesting. We came out really strong, and yeah, it was really fun for the team because a lot of the players are new players, and they're really excited for this live stream game. Yeah.
So we're a bit of an unpredictable team. We our main strategy is getting sleep and eating, and that seems to affect our game more than anything else.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, good luck for the game. We'll be back with your commentators for this match here shortly.
What is spirit of the game?
It's knowing the rules and when they apply.
It's avoiding body contact wherever possible.
It's keeping a positive attitude and enjoying the sport.
It's being fair-minded even when the game is on the line.
It's communicating respectfully with your opponent.
Welcome back to this women's pool play match between Branch and Valkyrie. My name is Daniel Clinton. I'll be one of the commentators for this match. I'm joined again by Leanne King. Hello, Leanne.
Hello. Happy to be here once again. And I'm excited for this game, especially with the Branch unpredictable approach. So that's going to make for a very entertaining game.
Well, their victory against NSU Aurora, who were putting together an excellent tournament. They were undefeated heading into that game. Now they've got a loss in their loss column. That's not the best for their prospects as we turn to the team lists and have a look at the players that will be out there. Look at the Branch Sydney team. Katie Glover, one of the Spirit captains, and also Hayley Lambert, one of the captains of this team.
Yeah, Branch are a new team this year. Well, there's been a men's team in the division, or a couple of men's team for the last few years, but it's the first time they've entered a women's team into nationals. So.
And as we turn to Valkyrie, the team from South Australia, there'll be a couple of key names that we'll probably see a lot of. Firstly, Emma Yeager. She had a great time at Southern Regionals. Emma Victory, one of the stalwart leaders of this team, and then Jasmine Malhotra, one of the up-and-coming talents for this Valkyrie team.
Excellent. Game's about to start. Teams are completing their final amp-up cheers and heading to their lines.
So it'll be Valkyrie to pull, though, playing in the black and yellow predominantly with the zebra-themed sleeves.
A lot going on with those uniforms.
There is a lot going on with those uniforms.
Branch a
but it
little bit.
works. Like it's not too noisy. It's kind of distinct, and yeah, you know it's them.
It pops. Branch a little more subtle with the light aqua on white, light grey.
They're going to play offense and go from right to left on the screen. The weather has warming up a little bit, still probably mid-20s. Faint breath of breeze coming from the top of screen as we're looking at it now. It'll be Jaeger to pull to get this game underway. And the first chance for Branch to put some points on the board and start this game in a good way as Lambert is going to look at what looks to be a Valkyrie zone. They're playing very soft on some of the receivers. A wayward throw that goes through hands. So a turnover is the result of the first possession in this game. Oh, and Lucas is just going to have a go at this. Receivers under the frisbee, does a great job with balance and concentration to catch that one.
I don't know why they don't just do that all the time. Works.
Bronte Sky Waring, she has done very well there, directly underneath the disc. Hard to do that over the head.
She did make it look easy, but yep, high level of skill involved in being able to track that disc immediately, like above your head. Bit of a breeze. She looks to lose sight of it for a moment and still is able to track it. So sign of a very skillful receiver. And a lot of trust there. I think it's probably a connection they've been working on for years.
Well, Valkyrie is not the youngest club, actually. They've been around for 10 years.
Yeah, and even before that, they'd have a history playing together, being in a small frisbee centre like Adelaide, in South Australia.
So Jaeger again to pull. She's going to play the first 2-point Savage. That one, it looks like it may have landed just in and then rolled out. No, it's gone out on the full, so it'll come back to the brick mark. Alicia Nguyen. And again, Valkyrie with a very soft defensive set, sagging off into the lane. The two Nguyen's combining. This is Alicia Nguyen. Back to Cecilia Nguyen.
Bobbles, makes the catch.
Gui, back to Nguyen. Valkyrie doing a really good job of stopping anything down the field, Leanne.
Yep, and quite composed from Branch's point of view here. Taking the open options.
There's the throw that perhaps gets them away. Ha. Will go all the way across the field. And then the throw, it's just intercepted by Madeline Smith. And now it's Emma Victory. Oh, Jaeger's gone and Victory's going to reach. That's a turnover. The forehand of Emma Victory just outside in and moving away from the receiver of Jaeger.
They've gained a lot of position in that look, though.
And if there was one thing that Branch didn't look likely to do, it was make too many meters, but that's an excellent throw to Ha. Nguyen. Oh, that throw from Nguyen too low. It's down. And Emma Victory looks around as she walks to the disc. She points. Jaeger off the front of the stack. Around to Smith with the right hand. Well, Valkyrie are off to a great start in this game. They break to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they ended up having to play that zone defense for quite a while in the first possession. Looked like maybe there were a little bit of holes and gaps forming, but they were able to come up with the block twice.
Well, that is the question I would ask you, Leanne. Was it a zone, or is it just a really saggy, soft kind of match defense where they're just poaching and you know, not really playing very accountable to their direct opponent?
Oh, that is my kind of defense. No accountability, lots of pressure. Sounds like fun. But I would say, you know, probably treading the fine line between a match defense and a zone defense. What we'd put in the category of junk defense.
Yes, junk, as it's termed in Ultimate, the catch-all phrase when you don't know what it really is, but it's kind of not man. You'll often hear offenses called junk in response to that, to let the receivers down the field know that we're going to need to attack this in a different way. And oh my word, what a big huck.
Has to turn back for it. Is unable to balance and get her hands and body into the right position.
Lucas is going to look to Kennedy. Kennedy gets free. A nice inside throw, and then Kennedy with a nice flat backhand towards Smith, who tracks that one down. Has the receiver of Noble going into the end zone. Valkyrie are up 3-0. What a start.
Wow. So Valkyrie just arrived at the fields as the game was starting here. They've just minutes before this game started, finished their last game, which can be an advantage or a disadvantage.
Well, they have just rolled from one game into the next, and they have the steamroller warmed up at the moment because Branch are looking out of sorts.
It's all a blur.
See that big huck from Emma Kennedy.
Lovely weight on that throw.
Madeline Smith, and then it was Alicia Noble to the end zone.
What a great spot to throw that final throw to, into a spot that the defense just doesn't have a look at it. Perfectly in front.
I think something I'd like to talk about is the timing, that as Smith caught it and was looking, that's when Noble was getting free. Can you explain a little bit about how timing works on cuts in Ultimate?
Well, I think that one was set up by Noble really busting it to get in front of the play, but she stayed in the middle of the field until she saw that the player with the disc had settled, had caught it, was ready to go, and that's when she streaked out into the, towards the sideline. So had enabled a bit of patience there.
I have to wonder if maybe a timeout should have been called, but it doesn't matter. It's Matilda Wu. Wu will break across the far side of the field to Chua. Back to Wu. And there is Nguyen. It looks like this Valkyrie defense is a little bit tighter than it was before in that first couple of points. They're playing a little bit closer and more accountable.
I would call this match defense.
So we've fallen out of that catchable category of junk back into what we would call a match defense or single coverage, where each player, takes one of the opponents and then tries to prevent them from getting the disc.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, it's simple in theory, hard in practice. Wu can't catch that.
Yeah, Pullbrook gets a hand in on that one, makes a nice block puts under pressure.
So Schutloffel across to Pullbrook, the block getter, sporting the shades. The receipt is not there to Schutloffel. Branch maybe starting to come back into this game.
That's some pretty serious war paint there.
I was just going to say, I hope that's not Zink, as Wu to the end zone. That's the first goal for Branch. We'll try and get a close-up of Thea Pullbrook's war paint.
Maybe
she's walking to the line, and
maybe while she's getting a block.
Hopefully, for Valkyrie fans.
There she is.
Because that looks like zinc, and that can leave a tan line.
Yeah, I think she's preparing for tomorrow.
So we're going to cross over to the other sideline to Millie Crow, who's joining us this game.
Yeah, just a quick comment on the energy on the sideline over here. Branch is really bringing it. When they're on defense, it's really loud and they're really getting behind their players and then being really supportive on offense. So you wouldn't be able to tell from the scoreline of the energy on the sideline here from Branch.
Thanks, Millie. I mean, it's very early in the game. I think 3-1. It's definitely recoverable. So it's good to hear that Branch have the energy.
Well, the game's still on until that last point is scored. That's how it works in Ultimate. Much like tennis, you have to score that last point to win. So you'll always have opportunities as Schutloffel is going to go with an outside in. Is it going to hang in? No, it's not.
Valkyrie having some nice flow, nice timing on their cuts as they get the opening pass through. They've often got a cutter going deep, looking for the next pass. This, I'd say, is everyone's favorite position to pick up the disc in.
On the sideline, it
smart option there.
Oh, Newen can't get the dominator movement going. And so Lucas is just going to go straight away towards Jaeger. And it's a pretty good option. Normally throwing it in Jaeger's general direction. It doesn't really have to be terribly accurate. She's far too good of a receiver.
They did make an accurate throw, though.
It was pinpoint perfect. So
Yeah,
Valkyrie with their 4th goal of the game.
Yeah, you didn't have to work too hard for that one. Still looked good. What do you think Branch are going to need to do to combat some of these longer looks, flow downfield, strong throws, confidence?
Well, there's a couple of natural options, isn't there? If you're going to stick with a match defense, you go straight up on the mark, try and get in front of those long throws and maybe pressure them a little bit. The other option, of course, is to go to some sort of zone where you have a player helping over the top. Many, many ways to approach defense in Ultimate, many strategies. And that's a high pull that's going to sit nicely there, Kennedy.
Give Valkyrie some time to run down, get the defense on.
So Zhao back to Wu. Zhao, Wu, dominator movement. She steps into it. Zhao again. Excellent combination between the two Branch handlers. Again, the reset is there. This is looking better for Branch as the cutters down the field start to sort themselves out. The wayward throw, however, will end their offense. And Kennedy will pick it up straight away. There is a pick. As Hayley Lambert taps that one in. Nice catch by Malhotra. There is a call on the far side of the field. Smith and Noble are just going to play Frisbee for a bit.
I mean, when you're in the moment, it's hard to recognize that something's happened behind you.
Okay, well, yeah, it's a stoppage. Take the disc back. Yep, that's when the injury happened, so.
Looked like Rachel Key just took a bit of a tumble there, a little bit awkward. Just called it a stoppage and a halt to the game.
There were players' bodies lying all over the place, so it's probably a good time to check in, see what's happening.
And Malhotra will go back to Jaeger. And Jaeger with a wobbly flick that works out in the end. The go to Smith, who's been in everything. She's looking like she's going to reach. It's not going to work out.
Wow, playing with that sideline.
Well, it's all inbounds, so you may as well. Bennett. Bennett tries to get it back to Wu. They're a little bit caught on the sideline, Branch. They're going to work with it, though. And Chan throws it out to Lambert. Lambert goes inside with the backhand. That's going to hang. Is it in? Oh, looks like she's done pretty well. The live action replay.
Your perspective? I thought your foot was in when you grabbed it, and then you just hopped out after you had it. So
Samantha Bennett.
Perspective.
Sorry, what was that?
That she caught it in and then hopped out.
Yeah, cool. Okay, go.
Yeah.
All right, so it's been called in, and we can see that Branch didn't wander further than 2 or 3 meters from the sideline, that entire point. Maybe they've found their strategy.
So Noble Alicia Noble electing to go to the game observer and get the game observer's perspective on that. Very deep throw. Samantha Bennett. It's been called as in.
Tough call. It was a great catch. She worked well around the sideline. It's very easy to lose track of where the frisbee is when you're watching your feet.
It's hard to do everything at once, isn't it? Catch, get your foot in the right spot, maintain control of the disc.
Sometimes it's better to just close your eyes and hope for the best.
Well, Malhotra will come to the frisbee, pick it up and get Valkyrie underway. And there's Madeline Smith again. Malhotra looking towards the end zone. Smith can't get it. They're still looking. It's a high stall towards victory. It's been called as in by Hayley Lambert. Confusion.
And Branch opted to the same defense. Force forehand. Match defense. Goal's been called.
Okay. That's the 5th goal for Valkyrie. 5-2 the score. A pretty clean game so far.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been. Hasn't been. I don't think there's been any overly long points.
Terribly many turns. And victory.
What
wily
a great
veteran
frisbee name.
Emma Victory. Yeah, one of the great ones, that's for sure. We're going to go across to Millie Crow on the far sideline.
Just a quick score update on the Heads of State Phoenix versus Zesty Chili. Their scoreline's reflecting exactly what's happening here, so it's 5-2 to Phoenix.
Well, good to see the Melbourne Phoenix ahead in that game. They've had a really rough weekend so far. A heartbreaking loss yesterday that we watched on screen, and well, they haven't had a good morning either, losing to Underground. So maybe their fortunes and their weekend are changing. That is the.
They just scored another point, so they're up to 6-2. Body language is looking good over there.
There's Nguyen. Can't get it off. It's another high stall situation. There's the reset. It comes very late in the stall, though. A blazing throw to Ha. They're setting a vertical. It's through the hands. And then a bid from the back. Maybe the wind is going to turn up now. Kiyomi Sano was the one who, in the bucket hat, bidding at the back. Just went straight through the hands of Mackie Marquez.
Yeah, wind-affected throw from the corner there. It's a bit of a more constant wind at the moment.
Ewan. Oh, a nice stop, drive and go. It's right there on the door line. Ewan looking. It's a bit of a mess. And now they get it out the back towards Sano. Sano will catch the goal for Branch to bring it to 5-3.
No need to lay out on that one. Very pretty throw. To the break side of the field, the far side.
Well, Kiyomi Sano gets rewarded for her effort and scores herself a goal. How important is body language, energy, intent, approach in the game of Ultimate?
I mean, I think being a team sport, it can play a role, but teams will approach it differently, whether intentionally or not. We saw a game of contrast yesterday afternoon with the NSU Aurora versus the Melbourne Phoenix. Phoenix, a very outspoken, loud team, and Aurora a bit more reserved. But, you know, you've got to find your own space. So I think there can be a quiet confidence.
Lucas signals ready for Valkyrie. And the left-handed backhand is put up by Selena Chan. Jaeger brings it to a stop. Kennedy picks it up. Lucas off the front of the stack goes shoot Loeffel. A nice catch in the middle. And now Valkyrie. Lucas, long one to shoot Loeffel. Goes in the ground. And Matilda Wu will pick it up. Branch coming out of a vertical offense. Paul Brook on the mark. They're very, oh, what a throw. A big outside in flick. Jaeger in the area. That's a turnover. Samantha Bennett.
A great read by Bennett. Unable to hold on to it though.
It just got awkward over her head and she couldn't get there. Should Loeffel with a floaty one out the front of Noble. So Lambert. Oh, and she's just going to go straight away again, testing Jaeger. Jaeger gets burnt for the second time. It goes past Bennett, though, and that's a goal. Selena Chan backing up the speedy Bennett.
It looks like Branch might have had a bit of an adjustment in their strategies on offense. Maybe this is the unpredictability that they talked of, because they've had a couple of long shots which have looked pretty good, very catchable.
Maybe fighting a little bit of fire with fire. Valkyrie more than willing to put it in the air. So Branch have decided to maybe test their luck a little bit.
Valkyrie playing more match defense, which perhaps gives a little bit more opportunity to air it out and send it long.
Lends itself to that kind of approach when you're attacking a defense that is like that, doesn't it?
It can do, yeah.
Wu with a long throw, those long levers, getting that disc a long way down the field. Here's Malhotra. In front to Smith. Victory goes up the line, and she'll have a receiver deep. It's up in the air, Wearing underneath it from the back. The fly from Amy Lee. She sails in from too deep to get the block.
And that's great defense by Branch. The player on the targeted offensive catcher stands in front, and Amy Lee comes in from behind to add support. Not really giving the offense anywhere to go on that catch.
Wu breaks the mark. Branch having to work hard. The break again to the break side. Branch trying to find something at the moment. The offense not really clicking though, and Wu is going to say enough of this. Let's go down the field with a long throw. It's caught well. And then the throw to the end zone. It's a wobbly old one, but it doesn't matter. They all count. And Branch are back in this game 5-all in.
Double happiness for Amy Lee there. She piped up during that point, got the block, and then suddenly she's in at the other end zone catching a goal.
Well, for a moment there, I was worried this game was just going to be a blowout with Valkyrie walking all over Branch. Branch just needed a moment to get adjusted to the game, warm up perhaps, and realise that they were in a game.
After all this time, we're back where we started.
Well, we're going to go across the field to Millicent Crowe.
Just chatting to a couple of the Branch players, they were saying that they are really using the energy of the sideline, and they've got their whole club on the sideline really celebrating every point and every positive interaction that they have. And also a quick score update, it's 5-all on the Phoenix Zesty Chili game.
Okay, so
mirrored fields.
At the moment, with Zesty Chili fighting back into that game.
Does it feel like we're following a script?
Well, sometimes it does. And it's just a question of what kind of story is this for Valkyrie. Will it be a fairy tale or a nightmare? We don't know. That disc coming off the left hand of Hayley Sayers.
Branch with an opportunity here.
Childs on the mark. Nguyen gets it in. Branch, oh, with a big throw. It's Deed, though.
Amber Frost, not in her house.
Lucas handling again as she's done it through the hands. Thea Paulbrook.
Bit of excitement here.
Well, you sense the energy and the intensity rising through Nguyen with a long throw to no one.
I mean, it's a really nice space to throw it to. Just need to get the rest of your players on board there. Clocking up a few turnovers on this point.
Could be a critical moment. Chance for Branch to go ahead for the first time in the game, and a chance for Valkyrie to steady the ship in what has been rough seas. Paulbrook catches that one, moves it quickly. Maddie Smith has dropped a pass now.
Definitely a shift in energy.
Perhaps a shift in momentum. Nguyen decides not to go long, throws it to Nguyen. Nguyen's going to reach with a backhand. It's dropped. Bennett, who is definitely the target for these Branch throwers, constantly looking for that killer blow.
Yeah, that was a tough angle to catch it at, but, you know, would have been a good one.
Sayers with a stray one that goes out.
They get another opportunity, another look at this end zone.
Nguyen is going to come pick up the disc that fetched up pretty much in front of us. Okay. And back in. Nguyen gets the reset. Oh, well covered by Sayers. A nice catch high by Ha. Ha's going to go with a huck. It's outside in. Bennett, Lucas drives her under it. It's Smith at the back.
Unfortunately, Branch couldn't come down with the scraps that time.
Smith is going to get us going fast through the hands of Childs.
Valkyrie having trouble getting it out of their defensive half.
Really hemmed in at the moment. Unable to find those completions that get them moving down the field. Another deep throw. This time it's Sano. Sano's in.
Gentle spike. Big celebration.
You can hear the players from the bench men's team getting around the Branch women. And that's the first lead of the game for Branch. They go up 6-5 in what has been a big run of points. Last 4 or 5 in a row now.
I think they'd be happy to forget the first 3 or 4 points of this game. But they've done well to match the energy of Valkyrie coming into this game.
Or was it all but a ruse? Lull them into a false sense of security, and then...
If it was a ruse, I think that...
You have activated my trap card.
I think Branch are just as rused as Valkyrie are.
We have all been rused.
That would be a confidence play, though, to intentionally lose the first 3 or 4 points of a game just to stage a comeback.
I'm sure it's happened in a Melbourne hat somewhere along the line. Maybe even a Terrigal towel. Not common at Nationals, I would say. Kennedy will pick it up for Valkyrie. They need to find something. Looking for the reset on the inside to Jaeger. Takes a couple of steps, and that disc looks wobbly out of hands. Lambert gets free underneath. Branch in a vertical. Bennett comes under. Lambert doesn't like it, instead goes to Wu. Through Zhao. Back to Wu.
Jaeger working hard on defense here.
And Zhao giving her all she can handle, but the throwaway is the result. Jaeger throws a floaty one. That's dangerous. Zhao will turn around and get the block.
Jaeger wants to play some more of that hard-working defense. Contributed to the turn before. Didn't get her hands on the disc, but put a lot of pressure on the handlers.
Woo! Oh, she's going to air it out. It's all the way. What a massive throw by Wu. That's incredible. It's gone most of the field, off the flick, and that is a goal.
Who knows how the wind is impacting on this game too, because both teams taking shots in both directions.
Now it's 7-5. That is a break for Branch. They're now up by 1 after being down by 4. And I think this timeout is long overdue for Valkyrie. They need to find something. We'll go back to the throw. That's a yes from me.
That's a beautiful throw. Hitting all the right spots.
Selena Chan with the goal.
From the sideline. Tough spot to hit that.
So those long levers of Matilda Wu were able to put a lot of revs on the disc there and launch that. Probably 40, 45 metres. It's a big throw. It looks like Millie Crow has found out the inside word for us over there, Millie.
Yes, came over to have a listen in on what Valkyrie was saying, and they were just talking about coming off a really hard-fought one in their last game and coming in with that intensity at the start of this match, but perhaps just letting it naturally drop down, and they're just talking about not forcing anything, just regroup and play your own game.
Thanks, Millie. I think that really aligns with what we're seeing on the field at the moment as well. Valkyrie's energy certainly has dropped, at least on the scoreboard anyway. I wouldn't say the players necessarily dropped, but the results on the scoreboard certainly have.
Yeah, maybe a few overconfident or rushed attempts haven't been connecting as well as they did earlier in the game.
And that's the other interesting thing about Ultimate is, like, your energy may not have dropped, but theirs may have gone to a new level and you haven't followed them. And that might be where the deficit is being created.
Sometimes you just wish the other team would cooperate in your plan.
We'll throw a really nice backhand pull. I don't think that either team is really going to be that cooperative. Victory. Victory. Still with the disc. It's a high stall. She's not going to look at her reset. Instead, she's going to get it off to Clark. Clark will stick on the hand and go inside shoulder.
That bench renter crowd has grown in volume and numbers, I think.
Lambert. For Branch and the offense. They're static out of the stack. He's going to get the reset going, looking for Nguyen, and it's going to have to be a hawk by Lambert. It's going to work out anyway. It doesn't matter. Zhao.
Zhao's got her eye on the prize.
Nguyen finally gets it. It's going to be big outside in to Sano. She's snuck out on the break side. Branch take half, 8-5. What a start to this game.
Wow. This is not what I was expecting.
Well, after
at 0.3 or 4.
After Valkyrie got out to such a commanding and fast lead, you wondered how Branch was going to come back into it, and now all of a sudden they've taken half.
Yeah, the execution and the option on this throw into the end zone, so good. Paddocks of space there.
Paddocks and Akers.
The receiver couldn't help but to catch that.
We're going to swing over to Millie Crow. You spotted something over there, Millie?
Yes, just a little bit of insight as to Branch's timeout. They actually called a defence line. They could sense the shift in momentum and knew that it was a really critical point, and so called the best defenders on the line for that point.
Well, the inner workings of Frisbee Mines. That's 3D chess over there. Playing with confidence.
Just looking at the bag that Valkyrie have. We'll come back to that. As we're going to head to some replays and this halftime break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back very shortly with the second half of this women's pool play match.
It's going to be a good one.
Wow, coming back from half-time, I think Millie Crow managed to listen in there on the Valkyrie dance party.
Yeah, a lot of dancing happening just to reset, take the minds off what's happening out in the field, to just take a second half. Some of the words that were echoed to Valkyrie were, you've got 10 seconds of defence, play hard defence for 10 seconds, and on offence, some nice clear cutting.
Well, there we go, the insight. Thank you, Millie, for listening in there.
I also heard something about BANAS, bananas, so I don't know what that means, but let's see if it works.
I'm at a loss. We'll see. We'll come back on that emerging story as Wu will launch a big one. And Lucas will catch for Valkyrie through Malhotra. This is a key moment in this game. A break here will be really problematic as Paul Brook can't get it to Childs. And we start the half with a turn.
Great defense there by Wu. Heads up.
Lambert. Wu goes with dominator movement. It's covered. She doesn't get it. The break around the edge. It's caught. It's low. Chua. Back to Lambert. Wu tries to get it on the open side. Will this time and steps into another flick. Oh, what a throw by Matilda Wu. That's an excellent one down the field to Phoebe Wong, who's on the doorstep, deep in the red zone for Branch. Wu's going to get the reset. She's got it all to look at the moment. She's going to sit one out there. It's blocked. Maddie Smith with an excellent D. Well, we're off to a cracking second half. Malhotra will break to Smith. And Smith gets hand blocked by Wu. It's outrageous. Matilda Wu is putting her team on her back at the moment. Wu resets to Lambert. Lambert goes around the corner. It's a deep one. It's caught. It's not caught. It's dropped.
Sat it in the lap of Lee. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on to it. She did put herself into the right position there. She will not be happy with that. Let's see how she turns up on defense to rectify.
Lucas. Paulbrook goes on a hell of a wander to try and get free. Can't get it. Malhotra. It's not to her. Smith gets it. Smith looking to reset it to Lucas, who goes up the line. The fill is there from Childs. Valkyrie with the disc. They're in their own red zone at the moment. Childs doesn't go to Malhotra, goes to Smith instead. And then a short one that's gathered well by Sayers. Again, the reset. Malhotra up the line. Nice catch.
Wind's picking up a bit.
Down low, Malhotra to Smith. Smith doing a mountain of work at the moment. She breaks them out and gets them to the break side. It's up. It pops up out of the hands of Sayers. You called it, Leanne. The wind picking up, just catching the front edge of that disc and sending it skyward.
Good strategy to spread the frisbee to the near side of the field there, but doesn't pay off.
Paulbrook was all kinds of free. But the wayward throw that was wind affected results in a turnover. Wu again. Oh, it's a massive throw by Wu. Lucas can't get there. Branch are away and off to the races. They're in the red zone. The reset is there. Wu will get this back. The throw is turfed.
It's a discussion as to whether or not that was a caught disc or whether it was on the ground before it was caught.
Georgia Moo has thrown a wobbly old one.
So from my perspective, the disc was down.
You got to ask the question though. Sometimes even as the catcher, it's difficult to know whether it's a catch or it was on the ground first.
Especially if you're running or moving fast, diving, trying to get low. Hard to tell if it, did it bounce into my hands or did I have it?
And there's always someone nearby with a different opinion, so worth checking in.
Lucas puts up a pretty good one that floats nicely, and now Smith has it. Looking to Malhotra, who catches one. mere millimetres above the turf. Malhotra, oh, what a
Great
grab by
snag.
Smith. And Smith on the doorstep. Childs will get the reset. They're really, really a long way over to the strong side of the field. Lucas points. The dangerous area is right in front of her. Too much.
Do you think some of the throws are being affected by the wind at this stage?
I'm not sure that they're completely affected, but maybe just affected enough. That disc blading over just a tad.
Matilda Wu walking the disc up. She'll take a jog. I'm sure she's ready to unleash another long flick.
Well, there's the deep cut straight away. And Wu is going to decide to come across the field. It's Malhotra who's going to get a block. She could have picked it up and went quickly. She thinks about it twice. She thinks about it 3 times. She decides not to, as Lucas is going to take the reins.
With so many thoughts, it's often the right decision.
And she's thrown it away out the back of the end zone.
Just can't seem to get it in there. Important point, becoming more and more important for Valkyrie here, I'd say.
Sometimes when it's on the line like that, it almost feels further away than your own goal line. Scoring, that is. So Lambert will bring this up. Sayers will affect some sort of mark. Looks like they've been forcing to the forehand side for the right-handers. That's the near side of the field. Wu. And then there's the long cut. The throw is a little bit underthrown, and Lucas makes the catch. Paulbrook. Paulbrook looks down the field for a long time. Can't get it. Lucas will have to provide the reset. It's a high stall throw. Lucas snags it out of the air.
Great grab over the pack.
And she's just going to test it again. Kirsten Lucas cannot buy a vowel at the moment. She hands on hips.
Let's hope they get another opportunity.
Well, they're certainly getting their opportunities.
Wu's had a few opportunities. Here she goes again.
Nice undercut. Phoebe Wong can't get it. And instead,
Branch stretching the field out with their cuts. Definitely a few deep options.
and there's Wu just in front of Smith. A nice inside break to Chua. And now the undercut is there. Through hands it goes for Branch. The low backhand fake. Amy Lee doesn't want to throw to the face mark.
Gets the job done under the assistance of Wu, who unfortunately misses the next target. Branch are able to cut, but eventually run out of legs.
So we started this point quite a while ago, and we're still here battling it out. I thought it was going to be Branch that had a break, and then Valkyrie have had another couple of goes at the end zone themselves. So far, neither team has managed to punch it in. Childs to Malhotra, there it is. Valkyrie get the one they've been looking for.
Bring it a point closer, 8-6.
Huge
Much
moment.
more manageable.
Huge moment to win that point.
That's the first point since halftime. It feels like it was a while ago now, but
well, I didn't realize.
Some progress.
I was engrossed within that point, and it was only when I looked at the score that I'd realized that we'd been in the same point for quite a while. Some 5-6 minutes at least.
Definitely an important point for Valkyrie. See how Branch responds to this. They got the job done from further back than the front line of the end zone, which I think just changes the shape of the field a little bit, give the cutters a little bit more space, maybe a little less pressure.
Jaeger. Pull that will roll and get Valkyrie some meters. And now Nguyen.
Valkyrie runs down to put the marks and the defense on quite quickly there. Not giving Branch anything cheap.
This Newen handler pairing for Branch. And Valkyrie are going to return to a bit of a zone now. Oh, Newen going around the outside to Sano.
Players wide.
Newen to Newen, and Newen is going to go. Jaeger. Like Gypsy Danger, she rises from the depths to get the block. Noble. Victory is the reset. Jaeger gets the frisbee. There's the deep cut going. She comes underneath instead through Wearing. Should Lawful off her left hand. That's a turnover.
Let's see what kind of defense Valkyrie is setting. Looks like they're back to match.
Smith reads that the best. It wobbled out of the hand. Noble. Victory. Jaeger. Victory goes up the line. That's a small gap to throw it into, but it's thrown very well. And now the floaty one.
Waring's been prowling that deep territory, calling for it for that entire offensive possession there. She had an opportunity. It was a bit of an ask.
A little bit more life in that disc, and I think Waring gets it.
I think sometimes all you need to look good is a less than good throw coming your way. Could be a moment of greatness.
It's an old saying within Ultimate. On the other end of every spectacular catch is an extremely ordinary throw. And Branch are going to have to work it 64 metres up the field against a Valkyrie zone. That has created some turns. And at the moment, they're not really going anywhere. Newen going to look back towards the middle of the field. There's nothing really on this near sideline for Branch. No receivers anywhere near here. And Valkyrie happy for Branch to throw it backwards and forwards, because even though they're 99% passes, if you throw 100 of them, one of them will be a turn. And oh my word, what a throw towards Bennett. Jaeger drops a hammer on her.
It's a good catch in stride by Jaeger. Gets up high.
What a grab
What a throw though.
What a grab by Jaeger.
Valkyrie to work it all the way up the other end again.
Should Lawful. Victory goes up the line, tight space again. Victory gets it. She's going to go with the big forehand to Wearing. Wearing, it drops in a lap over the shoulder, hard to catch.
He's only able to redirect it. Can't recuperate after that. Looks like Wearing is enjoying the run, the deep end of the field.
Definitely a deep threat.
On the prowl.
Newen. Fakes. Can't get it off. And there is the cheap turn that is always the risk when you're playing against the zone and you're not really sure of how to break it down. Can be what happens.
Let's see how Valkyrie go on the front of the end zone.
Victory! Sano!
Unable to convert. Back to the drawing board. We'll play some more defense. See if we can get another opportunity.
At this stage, it's turning into another grinder of a point. Oh, there's a block by Shidlawful. This Valkyrie zone beginning. It's a gift. Valkyrie, the team, some excellent opportunities. Victory will be the one who picks this up. And Lawful's the one at the front of the stack. She'll be the one. She goes the break. No, she goes to the open side.
What a cut.
She sells the shake and bake. What a great move there by Belinda Shidlawful. One way, then the other, puts her foot in the dirt and takes off.
Nothing but net.
Nothing but net.
Bit of a shift in the game.
Big shift at the moment,
Do you
Leanne.
think Valkyrie are happy to have revisited the zone defense that they were playing at the beginning of the game?
Well, almost certainly. At this stage, the zone is really starting to work, and Branch need to go back to the drawing board and come up with a solution. Let's cross over to Millie on the far sideline.
Yes, thanks, Daniel. Just was over at the Valkyrie sideline, and a couple of the Adelaide boys were around there giving some extra support. So, and the Branch sideline here has been a little less quiet. So, just interesting to see the dynamics playing out with the support from the sideline here.
I didn't realise until Millie just pointed it out, but yes, the men's team for Branch has disappeared, presumably to their own game. So a lot less energy and voice on the sideline for Branch. Whereas the Outbreak team, one of the Adelaide teams, has just turned up for their next game. So potentially could be why we're seeing such a swing. That and the zone defense, which Wu is going to have to work against. Zhao. Wu. Wu with high release. Good looking throw. Bennett in front. Catches that one.
Chan knows better than to go full energy at that one.
Oh, Lucas with a massive bid. She looks okay. They're going to play on. And Zhao, the fake, not there. To the middle. Zhao again. Lucas is going to call an injury here. She got back to her feet and was a bit stiff, and she's unable to get the legs going after that humongous layout bid.
Bit of a hobble off the field. I hope Lucas returns once she's been able to assess the joints, the muscles.
Sometimes when you make a big layout like that, you just end up with pains.
It could have been that someone trod on her on their foot as the pivoting was happening.
Wu. They're a long way down the field. It's a good opportunity for them to score, steady the team and get things back on their terms. Nice throw across the field. Chua.
These Branch handlers look very comfortable with the disc. They've settled it down a little bit. They don't look to be rushing. They're moving around in a way that there's always someone open.
Well, Bennett. Bennett with an outside in. It's too much by Samantha Bennett.
Branch having more success there, spreading the width of the field, making the defense have to move, creating holes and opportunities upfield. Valkyrie having to play this one into the wind.
And Branch are going to go back to match as they've been all game. Smith has to go high. Oh, both the players going hard at the disc.
That was a battle for yards. The battle just kept going. You think you get one block and that should be sufficient, but no. You've got to persist and get another and another.
Wu back to the middle of the field. Chua. Wu can't get the dominator movement. Valkyrie grinding their way down the field. Malhotra gets point blocked.
What a block.
Serena Zhao. Yeah, it's going to stay as a turnover.
Pure reaction there.
Yeah, reading it well out of the hands, just gets up.
Bit of bravery, being comfortable to put your body in front of that.
You can see the emphasis.
Wow,
Two
Zhao.
deep cuts from Wu, and then a big one towards Bennett. Bennett catches.
What a goal. What a connection that Wu and Zhao have as handlers on the Branch team. It really showed through during that point. A lot of trust.
Samantha Bennett is having herself a game at the moment, is a huge receiving threat down the field. Millie Crow on the far sideline.
Yes, just an update from Zesty Chili and the Hoss Phoenix, talking to a couple of the Phoenix girls. They're up 8-2 and they were saying that this game they're no longer in their heads and playing the game that they want to play. So that's great news for Hoss Phoenix here, 8-2 against Zesty Chili. Back to you.
Thanks, Millie.
Just looking at this breakthrow through to Zhao, and then it looks like a drill, just like they drew it up. Very clean ultimate.
Well, that is why you see teams often play with width, try and get it on the far side of the field, get around the edge of the defense so that they can unleash that throw into space. I thought that Zhao had thrown it way too far. It was a big backhand rip, but it was perfect for the Speedy Bennett.
Wu backing up for this point.
Childs. Malhotra. Sayers. Malhotra with the dominator movement is covered well by Wu. Childs. Malhotra does the old circle cut and comes back to get it. Nice catch down low by Wearing. And Wearing with a big lefty backhand fake. It's going to go on the inside. It's Dean.
Amy Lee gets a hand in there.
Another block.
Denied.
Wu goes straight to the disc. The outcut isn't there. You fancy she probably wanted the big backhand. It's Wearing getting a block, perhaps? Question mark.
She definitely got a block. We'll see whether or not it's deemed to be clean enough.
Is contact under a foul?
Yeah, contact's foul.
Do you know foul?
I can say what I saw.
Yeah.
So you're going for the disc and you're calling the foul? Or
No, I'm not sure if I fouled her.
Okay, so you're going for it? Yeah. I did see you bump. I'm not sure if it affected, but there was a bump. There was contact.
Foul? Yeah. So do you think I did foul? Yeah, because I would have done it. Okay, yeah, uncontested. Foul uncontested. I think she would have done it.
Okay, Bronte Sky Wearing deciding that she agrees with the foul call. So that'll go back to Alicia Chua. And Branch will stay on offense for the moment. Oh, big deep throw. Looks good down the field. Branch, Wu going to get the reset. Carrying this handling duties as she's done. She's going to get it off the line back to Chua. It's not there. Going to go with a bit of a wobbler. It's fine though. And now Branch through Wong back to Wu. And Branch a little bit static down the field. They're on the break side. Lambert is going to reach for the goal. And she throws it. It's 10-7. 2 in a row for Branch.
Something I've noticed with Branch's offense, when they do get to a higher stall count, they've had a long possession, they're very trusting of the dump progression. So they're trusting to turn around even when the player, their safety reset, is looking covered. Maybe they can't get as much space as quickly as they like. They're sticking with it and really trusting that that strategy is going to work for them. And it's paying off.
Millie on the far sideline has managed to have a chat with one of the game advisors.
Yes, I've got Aiden here on this sideline and Noah on the other sideline. Just an observation and a shout out to them really that this sideline over here is really congested with a lot of water bottles, but Aiden's doing a fantastic job running up and down the line to make sure that he's there to see the action and to advise if asked by players. Back to you.
There you go, occupational hazards. You didn't know that injuries could also happen on the sideline.
The old water bottle landmine. There is an offside being gestured. Doesn't look like Valkyrie are going to take it. They wouldn't really gain anything by it. Shidloffel looking down the field. And it's just completely miscued offense. There's confusion. Lots of people looking at each other.
Disbelief.
It's a turn. Pulbrook maybe pulling out of the cut a little bit. And that created the confusion. So it'll be Nguyen to go back and pick it up for Branch. a really good opportunity for them to stretch their lead here in this game. Just the dump, and Ewan wasn't watching there for a moment. There's a big round throw to Bennett, who catches on the sideline. She brings it in and then rips a big old backhand to the end zone. It's a huge bit. It just got away.
Just got further and further away. At first it looked like she was going to be able to catch it in the air. A little bit of a stretch. Before you know it, you're full stretch, airborne. Couldn't quite reel it in.
Evelyn Ha with a humongous layout.
Obviously prepared to do what it takes, but we'll have to wait for the next shot.
Paulbrook going to battle against Bennett. And Paulbrook nods to Victory, who gets the reset. And now Evie Ha is going to undercut that. She gets a big block on Noble. Branch get a golden opportunity deep in the red zone. Nguyen picks it up. There's a poach player out there somewhere. Nguyen across the field. That's it. That's the goal. Branch go to 11.
Kelly Gui just using the space that she'd found there wisely.
Branch perhaps finding a new gear and a new level of intensity in this game. Millie Crow on the far sideline.
Yes, thanks, Daniel. Just got a bit more insight into Valkyrie, obviously from Adelaide, so they had to travel here quite a bit of a distance. They've got a couple of pickups from Western Australia who may be operating on a time zone, and Victory, who's one of the main handlers and the coach of the team, playing coach. It's her first season back after childbirth. So a special shout out to Beatrix, who's watching at home in Adelaide.
And now congratulations to Emma Victory and the family of, the new family of. Congratulations.
Hi, Beatrix. Welcome to the Frisbee family.
Kennedy on pretty much the brick mark. Oh, nice break. It's a good throw. Out to Wearing. Emma Jaeger has to bid for that one. The wind just killing it. And now it's Wu. Wu has a deep cut down the field from Chan. Can't get it to her. He's going to come to Zhao. Zhao with an outside in. Kennedy in the area. Kennedy can't get the block. It falls to Chan. And Chan looks for the reset. Back to Chua. Wu sets up Wearing and then gets open. Driving back to the disc. There's Lambert. Wu with dominator movement. She's so close. It's into her range. She's going to go with a hammer. It's over the top of Jaeger. And guess who? It's Sam Bennett. Deadly receiver.
What a hammer. First hammer of the game?
I don't know, but it's possibly the best hammer of the game.
We'll call it the best hammer of the game. Over the defender. Very tough. Very tough for that defender to be able to position in a way to block that. Bold throw. Very confident.
Matilda Wu has some serious throwing chops.
Makes it look easy. Look at this. Forehand, forward. Nope. Some muscle behind that throw.
Jaeger just not close enough.
Jaeger's, she's no slouch. She's got a good vertical. She's a smart player. She can read the disc. What a great throw to evade her defense.
12-7, timeout is called. Valkyrie looking for answers. We've got just under 15 minutes still left to play, so.
Looks constructive. Looks like they're making a plan to respond to what's been happening, pull the game back within their control.
We see Emma Victory talking in the Valkyrie huddle, leading the discussion.
I'm definitely not confident to call this game for Branch yet. I think there's a couple of twists and turns to go.
What have you heard over there, Millie?
Yes, Valkyrie, we're talking about lunch. that at the end of this game they get to have lunch. But on a more tactical note, they were talking about shutting down that defensive player and working hard for your team and working hard for that shutdown defense.
Did they happen to mention what is for lunch, Millie?
No, they didn't, Daniel, but I am sure that I will find out what is for lunch for Valkyrie.
Because it's an interesting situation here in Ultimate. We play in a tournament setting. We play multiple games per day. Leanne, how do you keep the energy up when you're playing?
Lunch is an important part of that.
Is there something that you'd like to have for lunch? Like, is there something to stay away from? Is there something to move towards?
I don't know, whatever is in my hand. But yeah, you need to re-energize throughout the day. You can't just wait for lunch. It's a good idea to snack on various things throughout the day. Drink plenty of water.
Oh, Lucas out in front.
What a bid. What a bid by Sayers.
Hayley Sayers getting after it.
An injury called.
Yeah, Sayers looking a little bit proppy after that big bid.
Word on the street is protein. You should be eating a lot of protein while you're playing a Frisbee tournament.
What about carbohydrates? Easy energy?
Carbohydrates do taste better. So, and come with a good amount of salt.
It's not unusual to see a jar of pickle juice on the sidelines of an Ultimate Frisbee tournament. Many people are a big believer in the... Oh, that's going to be a block.
What a D.
Frost.
Heads up defense there.
Cool under pressure. Lucas around the corner. Wearing.
Lovely
She's
throw.
deserved one. She's deserved one for the last 10 minutes, and finally she gets the one she's been looking for.
Kirsty Lucas takes the right option. Is able to steady herself. Reward the team.
8 goals now for Valkyrie. We'll go across to Millie Crow.
Thanks, Daniel and Leanne. I just got a bit of an insight as to what Branch talked about in their team huddle, and they were talking about keeping the intensity up, that the Valkyrie are really bringing it and they're taking it to Branch, and that they need to keep up that intensity. The game isn't won yet. Thanks.
Can't count your chickens before they hatch.
No, as the old saying goes, a bird in hand is better than 2 in the bush. That's a really old one, that one.
I don't know if I can go older than that. But obviously, you'd say that Valkyrie have kind of won that timeout call. Able to get that block on the end zone. Put themselves in a good position here. Play some defense. Wonder if we'll see that zone again.
It has been really creating problems for Branch. Schutloffel gets a pretty good pull down the field. Nguyen is going to go into the middle of the field through Gui. And now out in front of the hands of the receiver, Evelyn Ha. She's gone with the left and she's bounced off the palm. Smith to Poolbrook, who has put together a hell of a shift. Constantly running, never stopping. Noble to Schutloffel. Smith goes out. Tight windows at the moment. Schutloffel gets it to Smith, who's created a bit of separation. And now they're in the red zone. Schutloffel goes up the line. It's covered well by Sano on the mark. And Childs to Schutloffel. It goes over her hands.
Just off the fingertips.
We saw as Valkyrie moved further and further down the field continued to compress laterally. They ended up with less and less room to work in as they moved closer to their end zone.
Also refining some decisions that they're making as well, wanting to make the right decision rather than maybe the quick score, not always being the easy score.
Oh, that is a dangerous throw, and somehow Nguyen has kept concentration and caught that. That's out in front though. The turnover is cheap and could be costly.
Pressure building here for Branch.
Schutloffel. You'd want to see a score here. It's definitely within her range. She's got a big throw to Schutloffel. It's gone over the hands and Maddie Smith has popped up. She's been quiet, But she's back on the scoreboard for Valkyrie's 9th goal.
Looked premeditated. I don't think Schudloffel was looking at anything else.
Smith, quite the receiver, very deadly. She's been quiet. She ran off the boil a little bit. Perhaps a return to her threatening ways of the first half, where it seemed like she was in everything.
Bit of a tight window there for a catch.
The crossfield blade. When is that never an option?
Strong throw.
Perfectly aimed. Smith didn't really have to do much but catch it. That's it. So Kennedy to pull for Valkyrie. Well, that one gets caught a little bit, and it's going to roll and roll. It's actually pretty good in the end.
Love a good rolling pull. Bamboozle the offense a little bit. Allow them time to get their defense set.
Here we go. Valkyrie brings zone again. And Lambert. Wu. Wu has a moment to look. Through Zhao. Oh, that throw just past the hands of Kennedy. And now it's Plunkett. Back to the middle of the field. Zhao. Wu. Zhao goes fast, combining.
Patient and dynamic handling here from Branch.
Lambert back to Zhao. And Zhao's going to break. Now they're away. Through the hands of Jan to Wu. She's probably going to throw it, you would think. No. She's going to decide to go back to Zhao, open it up. And Lambert looking. She's going to go back to Wu, who's creeping ever closer to the goal line. We're going to see another hammer.
Very patient offense. That lateral movement opening up lanes.
There it is. You sensed it coming, and Branch were patient enough just to wait for the open throw.
I don't think they broke into a sweat that point.
Well, as we were talking about the zone of Valkyrie and how it had created the best opportunities for them, apparently Branch have gone from 0 to 100 in that respect and completely figured it out.
I think that's a tough opposition to play that zone against.
Without the benefit of position to back you up and give you more field to defend.
Yeah, well, Matilda Wu, Serena Zhao, and Hayley Lambert combining to, show very good poise and experience. They seem to know exactly what options to take throughout the course of that point. Not much you can do defensively against good throwing and good options like that.
It's a tough ask, and we'll see if we have Millie Crow on the far sideline.
Daniel, Leanne, just a quick update. Valkyrie are having a classic frisbee lunch, including wraps, cheese, ham, lettuce, tomato. Back to you.
Oh, the classic frisbee lunch.
Will there be any hummus? That's what I want to know.
We must know, is there going to be hummus? And Jaeger, Schudloffel, nobody comes up with it.
We'll get an update on that later, I'm sure.
We need to know the hummus status of the Valkyrie frisbee lunch. Lambert gets Branch away.
What are Valkyrie playing for here? That's what we need to know.
Well, not only is it lunch, it's also for position in this tournament as Matilda Wu goes down the field with another big flick. This time it's played pretty well by Sayers, who finds herself back on the field after calling that injury. No ill effects present there by the looks.
Yep, Sayers able to track that out of the hand, tracked it all the way.
It's interesting, the conditions have been gradually changing over the last 15 or so minutes. I've got my jacket on now. It was looking warmer earlier today, and the clouds have come back. The wind is starting to pick up a little, maybe. Smith brings it in. Schudloffel with a strong undercut. Breaking hard to the disc. Victory. Schudloffel goes with dominator movement. Schudloffel is going to go deep. It's going to ask a hell of a lot of wearing. Well, it looked really, really good, and then the huck was just a little bit too far out in front.
Whilst a little too far out in front, looks like the opportunity that Wearing would relish. Doesn't mind a bit of a run.
Doesn't mind a bit of a bid either, does Wearing. So you're going to throw it out in front of anyone. It's probably her or maybe even Pulbrook. Both of them more than willing to go get it. Oh, travel called. So Wu makes up her ground and brings it in. Out in front of Lambert. Now the nice throw down the field. Branch going to work out of their vertical. Wu going to go back for the reset. A wobbly high dump. That resets the score. Oh, it looked like Victory got a piece of that. Doesn't matter. Pass is completed. Lambert now with a flat one down the sideline.
What a setup. That dish off to the side, that short pass to the running handler in Lambert, ready to shoot deep. Unfortunately, execution doesn't match vision.
And I think that has really been an interesting part of this Branch game where Lambert is working off that dynamic movement, looking to huck from a dynamic position, and Matilda Wu is the artillery that's more than happy to go from a completely static situation.
It's a good balance of handlers that Branch have, different styles which are very compatible with each other.
You don't want to have too many people doing the same thing. Victory can't get it to Jaeger. We did have a step on Lambert. Lambert will pick it up. Wu immediately looking to get this one off the line. And Wu out in front. Branch on the far sideline, opening up the field. Wu again. She has several deep cuts. Can't get it to either of them. And now up the line. That's a pretty good throw. She catches it just before the edge.
Fingertips.
Chua. Wu up the line. Wu's done it. She scored the 14th point of the game. This is the game to 15 now.
Matilda Wu hit another level during that point. Found another gear. Was able to control play from both behind the disc and then in the end zone.
Absolute superstar of this game. Matilda Wu, one of the captains that joined me for the toss as well. So she is showing out here at the moment.
Knows her way around a frisbee.
We'll go over to Millicent Crowe.
Just thanks, Daniel. Leanne, just a quick update on the hummus situation. Yes, there will be hummus. And I know you're going to ask what Branch is having for lunch. They too are also having a classic frisbee lunch. And the person who bought their lunch is not a hummus eater, but she did buy hummus for the team.
What a legend.
She knows hummus. Frisbee players.
that is a real team player. You don't like hummus, but you buy it anyway for the team. I mean, that's what you want in a teammate.
Surprising that she would even reveal to her teammates that she doesn't like hummus. I would keep that secret guarded if it was me.
Key across to Malhotra. And now, oh, that's an awkward bid. Noble catches it anyway. Malhotra driving the offense for Valkyrie. There's Smith. Smith down the line, getting good meters. They're deep in the red zone. It's Kennedy. Sneaks away into the end zone. Valkyrie score again.
A quick point by Valkyrie, which is what they needed.
Well, now they need to go on a 5-point run. It starts with the next point. Doable, yes. Likely, possibly not. Great to watch, almost certainly.
Looking forward to it.
So we see Aiden, one of the game advisors, dabbing, which is, of course, the signal for universe point. Well, the next point wins.
I thought it was his way of asking for hummus.
It could become a universal signal for get me the hummus, please.
Big plans for Valkyrie. How are they going to back this point up? Starting on defense. Opportunity to score a break point. They will need to pull the frisbee first, though.
So Smith to pull. Okay. Is this the last point? If Branch can treasure the disc, maintain possession and go all the way down the field, it will be a victory for them. A Valkyrie zone stands in their way though. And probably a good call by Valkyrie to go back to this zone. Wu. Back to Zhao. Chua. Wu in the middle, finding a soft spot in the zone. Points. Directing traffic and trying to tell her receivers where she wants them. I think they're doing pretty well. And Wu playing up the field as that middle handler. Chua.
It's a very dynamic look from Branch.
I think that Wu is doing the right thing as that throw is absolutely turfed.
Not the execution Zhao was looking for.
Well, the first chance, it's really simple at the end of the day. Pass the disc to your teammates and put it in the end zone. Don't give it back if you can avoid it. Smith to Paul Brook. They're in the red zone. Paul Brook outside in, asking a lot, asking too much. Emily Clark running as fast as she could. The disc
Caught her off-footed a little bit.
too far out in front. We will bring it back. I think what she was doing there was good. She's finding that soft spot in the zone. She just needs to not run too much. Oh, and outside in. That's a good throw to space. It's too high. And Valkyrie will get a second opportunity. Smith to Malhotra. Malhotra down the line to Smith. Madeline Smith. Paul Brook isn't free. Malhotra goes up the line into a tight area. Chua jumps in front.
Too many defenders.
Chua goes completely unaccountable, and now Wu.
Let's
Wu's
up a bomb.
Gonna drop a bomb.
She found her. What a great shot.
Selena Chen is the one who catches. And then Bennett's on the far side of the field. It's a wobbly one to Smith. Smith gets the block. Back the other way we go. And Paul Brook will find Malhotra. Out they go. Valkyrie as quick as they can down the field. They're already at halfway. Smith will catch this one. Paul Brook. An energetic throw that results in a turnover. Wu gives the nod.
Deep again.
She gives the nod and then she unleashes
hey, it worked last time.
Another massive one to Selena Chen, who throws the goal. We're done here. Branch winner thriller.
I have a feeling that Matilda loves nothing better than to see someone set a zone up on her.
Well, she gave the big nod, and Selena Chen set off to the end zone.
She knew what her job was.
Wow, that's a great game of Ultimate there. Congratulations to Branch. They win this one 15-10 in the end. Valkyrie, gallant and valiant. Valiant, of course, if you mix the two together.
Show me the hummus.
Show me the hummus, indeed. We'll end on that note, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with the next game here very shortly.